Good morning, it's June 19th, and I got my character, Juniper, Eastern Red Cedar bow blank here. And today what we're gonna do is put it on the backset jig, and we're gonna heat it up. We're gonna heat the inners up first and work our way to the outers, and we're gonna get it to conform to the backset jig. So the other thing I want to show you is that besides having a character, a little shape here, little wiggle, the back of the bow has character. It has humps and bumps, and you're not going to take those humps or bumps out when you put it on that, that backset jig. You're not going to do it. So before we put a bow on a backset jig, what I like to do is I look at the outer edges of the limbs and I try to make them even. Okay, with the draw knife, with sanding, with the belt sander, whatever you're doing, make them even. So when you put it on the backset jig, in spite of the bumps and humps, as you tighten this down, the idea is you want to get, and in spite of the wiggles even, you just want to get the belly flat. Because when we tiller it with our yardstick, we're going to have tillering marks at the fade outs and 1 or so from the tip, because we're going to have horn tips on there, 1 or so from the tip, and we're going to lay the yardstick from point to point, and we'll have a center point for reference too. But we're going to, as we flex this and as we bend it for tillering, we're only going to look at the belly of the bow. We're going to ignore these humps and bumps and dips on this bow blank, okay? So without further ado, we're going to put this bow blank on the backset jig, and I'm going to show you how I heat it up. So we have a center mark on the riser. We got a clamp here, and what we're doing is we're going to heat this for 8 minutes from the riser to the outer, back and forth. And that's softening the wood and removing moisture. It's doing 2 things. And then as we get it hot, we're going to snug it up and make sure that the clamp tightens against the jig. And remember, there's bumps. You're not taking out the bumps. You just want to get this limb level. So you may have to put the clamp on one side versus the other side. If it has character like this, part of the limb will be overhanging. So we're going to heat it up 8-10 minutes, and then we're going to do the same on the outer and put a clamp. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you what happened. This is the second time I'm doing this video because I charged the mic in the house, directly in the house, and it picked up everybody talking in the house and didn't record my video of this. So I unclamped it just to show you the procedure, and as I'm heat the outer, I clamp the outer, and then I'm going to move on to where I have already reversed the clamps. Okay, but I took it off the jig to show you how it looked and show you the process of heating the riser. And what I did last time was I heat from the riser to the outer and clamp it, and then I heat from the riser to the outer and clamp it. I lowered the camera so you could see when you have a bow that has character, and a lot of people don't call it this, but on the back of the bow, the part that faces away from you and there's bumps and lumps, I call it character on the back of the bow. Okay, so we have a bump here, and you'll see a space underneath. You see this big hump here? Okay, and when I heat treat this to get it to fit to the jig, I tighten the clamps, and the idea is I want to, when I'm shaping this up and using a draw knife or sanding it, I want to get the limbs even thickness. And when I'm heating this up, the idea is to get the belly, the part that faces your belly, level. And if I can get that part that faces your belly level, that's the goal. For when I tiller it, I'll be tillering it, paying attention only to the belly and ignoring these bumps. Okay, so that's the process. And I brought out a moisture meter because this morning it was 17, almost 18% moisture. And let's just see what the riser is. I expect it to still be high. Okay, it ain't bad. It's 9.8 from 18%. That heat treating, because I heated the inner and into the riser, and then I heat the other side from the riser in, so this gets double heated. The limbs are 6.7. Oh, this limb is 10.4. So I just want to show you that the heating with the heat gun to get it to conform to the backset jig is part of the process for, one, the first time straightening it, and two, for removing moisture. And what we're going to do is take this off. I'm going to unclamp this and lay it flat, so I'm able to put these clamps on with the handles down. Okay, the handles will be facing down so they won't hang in a fire. Right now, if you hung this over a fire to cook it, these handles will be in. We want these clamp ends to be on the belly of the bow like this for fire hardening. So you see a space on the end, and the reason there is if I use the clamp, I'd have to clamp it on a trailer. So I'm going to take this off, this whole jig off. I'm going to unclamp it, lay it on the side. I'm going to heat the outer again and clamp it the correct way. And one at a time, I'm going to reverse the clamps. Sometimes, most of the time, I will have an extra clamp and I'll put it next to this one. The correct way, opposite. And then I'll take this one and put it next to this one. And I'll take, and the opposite, the way it's supposed to be for fire hardening. And then I'll take this one and put it to the next one and the next one. This way it never comes off the jig. It stays the way it is, okay, without any interference. But that's an important point. You're not going to get these bumps out. This is the most important point I can make to you. You're not going to force it. You're going to heat it up at the heat gun, like 8-10 minutes for the inners and for the outers. And you're going to hand tighten this. You're not going to tighten it more than hand tight because you'll crack the wood. You're not going to do nothing but crack the wood. You're going to damage your bow. So you heat it up, get it good hot. You can turn it a little bit at a time as you're doing it. And if you have to heat it again, you heat it again. But never force it, okay? So that's it for now. Next time you see it, the clamps will be reversed, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, I'm heating the outer, and I got it to come down gently without forcing anything crazy. And the idea is just to get it to sit on the backset jig. That's all, just to get it to sit there. And you see I turned it a few times gentle. And I'm going to continue to heat this for the 8 minutes, this outer, and then I'll show you when it's done. I'm done for today. I just want to show you how it's laying on the backset jig. Some off, some on, because of the shape of the bow. And once again, I just want to go over a couple of things with you. When you have a bow that has bumps and lumps, you're not going to take the bumps and lumps out. Just so you know, you just tighten it down. So the belly of the bow, the part that's facing your belly, before you put it on the backset jig, you want to get it even on both sides. And then when you tighten it up on your backset jig, you look at the back, and the idea is to just get it level. All right? And once again, unlike when you steam something, you got like a minute before it cools. So you put it on and crank it up and get it to the shape you want. When you heat treat something, you have to finesse it. You go nice and easy. If it turns, it turns. If it don't, it don't. And you'll never get the bumps out. Remember that. Otherwise, you'll crack it. You'll ruin your bow before you even start, okay? And what I decided is that we're going to have just this Backset video on, heating it up. Does two things. It'll straighten it out. If you want to straighten it out, you bend it and tighten it up with the clamps, if it wasn't a stave that was shaped, So you set it, tighten it up, use the heat gun to kind of get a little set to it. And then what you do is you'll take this off, your sawhorse, your table, your trailer, whatever you're using, and reverse the clamps like I got them now. So for fire hardening, it'll hang like this, and the screws will be up in the air, okay? So that's it. I actually made this video once before, and I'll give you another little tip. You see this little microphone I had? Well, it has a little case that you could charge it in, or you could plug it right in and charge it. So I decided I'd plug these in and charge it in the kitchen. Then came outside and did this little video that I'm talking about right now. And when I played it back, I hear my son's girlfriend and my wife talking in the kitchen. So it has to be, these microphones have to be closed in the case, so it'll just pick up your mic and not somewhere else, okay? So like if I had another person and we both wore a mic, you could hear both of us. For some reason the one plugged in the kitchen overpowered mine. Maybe because I plugged it in and then walked outside. So that's it for this video. We're going to have we're going to have a separate fire hardening video, which will go pretty quick. And then we're going to have a tillering, shaping, and shooting video. Okay? And so it'll be different videos that you can look at. So that's the end of this. Every day you wake up is a great day. Make the best out of it. Do something. Go out and shoot. Make a bow. Okay? And I was going to mention this at the other video, but go to Shannon Outdoors, Keith Shannon, and buy his fire hardening video, so you can learn how to harvest wood in your local area, white woods, shape it, and make a bow out of it. This bow blind here was a sapling that was cut down, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, maybe a hair more, and we got a bow. We're gonna heat it up probably tomorrow after the storm passes.